Hi everyone, and welcome into the Casa Kitchen here today on a dreary, rainy, cold Sunday in Northern California. And what better way to fight back against the blahs of January? The holiday season's over and it's kind of a letdown, but I'll tell you, you make some good comfort food like a beef stew, homemade beef stew, and it will chase the blues away, and it's really easy to make too. It has a few ingredients, a few steps to make it great. So come on down to the countertop here, and I'll show you some of the ingredients, all the ingredients that we're going to be using to make a really great comfort food beef stew. The first step is getting some stewed beef, and I think I have about 1.5 pounds of stewed beef in here. And I went ahead and took a little extra virgin olive oil, put it in the bottom. I started browning that and heating that up. You're not trying to cook it all the way through, just brown it good. And when it was about halfway done browning, I went ahead and added a teaspoon of Italian seasoning in it, a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of black pepper. And I also went ahead and added a tablespoon of rice wine vinegar. One of my little secrets here for really bringing out the flavor in a beef stew is spiking it and spicing it up a little bit. I also have bought some of the red potatoes, which are soaking. And all you have to do is cut the eyes out of them and then cut them up into chunks. You don't have to worry about peeling. I have some baby carrots here. I have green beans, which I'll get prepped. I have 2 onions here, and what could be easier, right? I'm also going to add, to give it a little more zing, 1 can of tomato paste too, one of the small size tomato paste. Guess this is a 6-ounce can. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and prep the rest of the ingredients here, and then give you a few tricks so things don't get mushy when you're making your beef stew. Okay, I put that put the meat aside and saved the juices from that in a separate pot here, and I'm back to my stew pot now. And I put some olive oil in the bottom of it, and I'm just going to slice up. And yes, I like to wear gloves when I'm doing prep work, because I do a lot of work in the shop and things, and I do get the little cuts and abrasions here and there, and it's just good practice to be sanitary and to be thoughtful of people. So I have my gloves on, my latex gloves, my disposables. I'm actually prepping an onion here to go in, 1 of 2, and it's very easy just to take an onion like this and right down the center, turn it about 30 degrees, hit it again, turn it another 30 degrees, and hit it again, and then just sort of cut it acrosswise. Makes it nice. You don't want real small pieces. You don't want real big pieces either. Should look just like that size right there. So I'm going to go ahead and heat the pot up, and go ahead and some of those juices that were left over will really help the flavor of the onions. Be really nice. So you want to put that in, and that's the next thing to do is to brown off the onions. In the meantime, I'm going to take, I've scrubbed the potatoes real good, and I'm going to check any spots that have eyes. I'm going to remove them, and then I'm going to chunk them up into probably 8 or 9 pieces per potato. The red ones are really nice because they really have no skin to speak of, and they stay nice and firm. They're not going to turn all mushy on you when you go to make your stew. Okay. Gone ahead and got all the little eyes and things off the potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them up right now. Alright, nothing like prep work, guys, but I've got all the potatoes cut and ready to go, and you can see the size of the chunks. I keep them under cold water, and I rinse them really good to get rid of some of the starch there. And I've gone ahead and done the green beans. You can see I've dressed them there, about a half a pound of green beans. And the last thing to do is to take the carrots, and I have the baby carrots, and cut them in half so that they're more bite-sized and easier to get on a spoon. And then we're ready to combine all of our ingredients and pop in our secret weapon, the tomato paste there. And then salt and pepper to taste. And I'm going to tell you a great way, guys, to make sure that your stew doesn't get mushy. Okay, and it's a very good thing to know. So I'm going to change my gloves again. You know, I always believe in being very sanitary. And you do find yourself rubbing your nose or pulling your hair back when you're doing a video, so I like to change my gloves. Stay neat, stay clean in the kitchen. That's my motto. All these veggies look glorious. The potatoes and the carrots and the beans. You know what? It's time to throw them all in the pot now. Get all this goodness in. Stir them in there, right into the pot. We're going to add our liquid in, and that's probably cut too many tomatoes, so I'll put them on the side. And then we'll go ahead and we'll fold in our carrots and our green beans. Send them down real neat and clean. Got a couple runaways here, no big deal. After I clean up today, I'll put that in. So we want to give that a stir now, and this will all cook down a lot, believe me, size-wise. Just check the color of that. Isn't that beautiful? So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a few cups of water, and I'll get back to you on exactly how many I'm going to add here. And then we're going to salt and pepper to taste, and then we're going to talk about keeping things nice and firm and not going mushy here. It is, guys, absolutely beautiful in the pot. And I'll bring you down in a second to take a look. We've got all the ingredients combined here. I added 1 more teaspoon of pepper and 1 more teaspoon of salt. And you can add seasoning to taste. This makes it slightly on the Italian side. It makes it more savory as opposed to country style. It's what you might get in a maybe an Italian restaurant for a beef stew. So I'll bring you down to take a look at it here. There's the up close, and I added 6 cups of water to it. So what I'm going to do now to avoid it becoming mushy, because it's 10:30 in the morning now, and this won't be served until about 5:15 tonight. The trick is you want to bring this up to a boil, and then you're going to let it stay on a slow simmer for like 20 minutes on a real low simmer. Then turn it off. Don't do anything else to it. Turn it off. And what's going to happen, that residual heat for the rest of the afternoon is going to permeate things like the potatoes and the carrots, and it's going to cook them through, but it's not going to leave them mushy. And then all the flavors are going to meld together too into one glorious country Italian style beef stew. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll see you guys. We'll bring it up to temperature, and then you want to have a little flavor testing to make sure it's good. It's going to taste great, I'm telling you. Well. The boss comes in to check on progress today, boss. What do you think? You think of that gloriously beautiful stew there?
Smells good.
How'd that smell? The whole house smelling good?
Smells good.
All right. What do you think? Huh? Got some kind of eye appeal. You'd get this in like an Italian restaurant for a beef stew Italiano style.
Looks good, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to let that back that heat off a bit now. And we're going to let that simmer up for about 20 minutes, and then we can turn it off and it'll finish cooking itself the rest of the day. How about that? All right, guys. So, there it is. Beautiful as beautiful can be, and it's been 20 minutes. I had it on the simmer here, and it's going to be so hot. That's going to cook through. All those flavors are going to meld together so beautifully all day long. And then when it's time to serve it, just heat it up and it is ready to go, and it will taste fantastic. So I'm going to get the cover of it and put it on, then do a little wrap up. That's going to wrap it up, guys. Thanks for being along for a really little Italiano twist on a bit of comfort food. A beef stew. I cannot tell you how nice the house smells today, and it's really easy to make. It took about maybe a half hour to make it, and then it'll just sit here all day and be glorious by the time it's dinner time tonight. Serve it with a little bit of sourdough bread like we're going to serve, and man, you got some eating there. Anyway, guys, thanks for being in the kitchen with Rosie with the rustic style Italiano beef stew. Thanks so much for watching.